All right, so guys, Tamyra Mensah-Stock, she has done it again. It seems like every time we report on her, she goes incredibly viral. And so she's done it again. Trey, what has she said this time that has people giving her a standing ovation online?
Yeah, so she was over at Fox Nation. She was awarded the Most Valuable Patriot Award. And during her award speech, acceptance speech, she said, "I was taught to love my country." And that quote has just gone viral. She was met, obviously, in the audience there when she accepted the award with standing ovation and thunderous applause. But our post alone on it has reached almost 1 million people. It's been shared thousands of times, and I'm certain other posts have done the same. It seems anytime we post about her or any outlet posts about her, it instantly goes viral because I think people are hungry for stories like these. We see so many people, so many athletes kind of dogging the country. So it's encouraging to see people like her, and that's why I think these stories spread like wildfire.
Yeah, she's authentic, which I think is, one of the things about her, she's very emotional, and I mean that in a very positive way, right? She was genuinely back in August, crying and obviously overwhelmed by her win, but not just her win, her love for the country. And as Trey was saying, we don't see that very often. How sad is it that it's so counterculture to love your country that much that it becomes a major story when somebody does it? But yet she was very emotional there. When she accepted the award, she's again crying with gratitude. And she doesn't say a whole lot, which is what I love about her. And that's how you can sense the authenticity. She says very specific, very few things. She said that her dad was an immigrant. She made a life for herself here. There were some other really powerful elements there. And it resonates because I think of who she is. Her heart is sort of pouring over, and we get a chance to see that and people react to it.
Yeah, I think you're right that people are hungry for that because as you mentioned, Trey, there is a lot. I mean, for better, for worse, I mean, there's positives, of course, to highlighting, controversial issues of the day. But I think people are feeling that the pendulum's gone a little too far in the anti-America side of things. And so always talking about the wrong things about America and the things we've done bad. And of course, there's a place for that. But when it's overwhelming and that's all they see, especially in sports, when a lot of the athletes have gone that road. And so people are getting apparently tired of it because the minute somebody comes out and highlights their success story and then is grateful for America because of the opportunities it provides, and they like that. And of course, when an American wins, they like that anyway. And then, like you said, she's very authentic. So that's like the trifecta of things that make a great story.
Yeah, absolutely. And, something too that I think our audience in particular, the CBN and FaithWire believers will appreciate is the fact that she's really honest about her faith. And she also puts her money where her mouth is, literally. After she won the Olympics and was awarded cash, she ended up using the money to give to her mom to buy a food truck, a lifelong dream of her mom's. So a lot of selflessness there. And then also I want to highlight something she said right after her victory. She said, "Of course, I surprised myself." When a reporter asked if she was surprised to be victorious, she said, "It's by the grace of God I'm even able to move my feet. I just leave it in His hands, and I pray that all the practice that my coaches put me through pays off, and every single time it does." So just an authentic woman in front of the camera as well as behind the camera when no one's looking, as we've seen with what she did for her mother.
Yeah, and don't take our word for it. Take a look, a little trip down memory lane after she won Olympic gold. Take a look at this.
Friends and family enjoying it, looking on in Orlando. The second Olympic gold medal in women's freestyle history for the United States.
I'm feeling very happy, and I keep trying not to cry, but it keeps happening. And I just want to go into a dark room and just cry. I've been crying from joy.
That American flag around your shoulders looks pretty good. How does that feel to represent your country like this?
It feels amazing. I love representing the U.S. I freaking love living there. I love it, and I'm so happy I get to represent USA. Love it.
I love that.
So great.
it's such a reminder that, America's not perfect, because guess what? People are not perfect, and we're all sinners, and we have sin in this country, and all of that. And we've spent so much time talking about it, and we should be aware of it and talk about it. But what we haven't spent a lot of time talking about lately, and that's why the story resonates, is that opportunity, is stories like this of somebody whose parents come here and they start a new life, and they have, endless opportunity because of that. And it inspires me to see that there are people out there like that still. And I hope we get more of these stories.
Yeah, for sure. And we should note, too, that she's only the second woman to win this award in the Olympics, and the first Black woman to win this award. So history in the making a few times here, and just so overcome with joy, which I think is what we've been missing so much over this last year and a half. There's been plenty to be depressed by and discouraged by, but there's also a lot of stuff that's good that's happening, and our media doesn't seem to highlight it enough or even at all some days. So it's good to see this kind of stuff, because it's an opportunity, I think, to exhale and think, as believers, we know that God is still working. He's still on the move, even if things don't look the way we think they should, aren't panning out the way we would like them to. We know that God is still sitting on the throne, and God is still moving and interacting with people. And we're seeing that through Mensah-Stock and so many others who don't even, get any attention. But God is still working, and this is just an example of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be looking forward to her. This is not going to be the last we've seen of her. She's got too much personality for that. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next. And we'll be sure to bring it to you. And hopefully she'll stop by for an interview one of these times. So yeah, we'll see. But all right, guys, thanks.